El octágono.
Cub, how are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm excited. Can't wait for your fight. And of course, this is a big card in London. It's a big crowd. And I wanted to ask, we've seen such successful fighters in UFC that are coming from WEG. What has been the biggest change for you from the two promotions?
Just a bigger audience. In the WEC, we got a chance to grow and kind of do our own thing over there. And, ever since we've been brought over to the UFC, we kind of like, it's like the big show, it's like one step up. And it's just been a bigger audience and a chance to really get out there and prove that we're, some of the best fighters in the world.
Since your loss against Ricardo Lama, we've seen a totally different Cub. What made that change in you that has made you such a great fighter?
Well, really, it's just my mentality and just my maturity over the years as far as my career. I think it started before the Lamas fight. I feel like that fight was a little bit of ring rust, and I kind of revamped the way I train, the way I go about things, and I feel like I'm on point and ready to get through anybody in the division.
When you're getting ready to fight somebody like Dustin that is known for his submissions, how do you go about training, preparing? Tell us about your training and the preparation for this fight.
The only thing that really changes is just trying to find specific sparring partners that are a little bit taller or southpaw, and then kind of lanky as far as jiu-jitsu training partners as well. And then I look at his best moves and I try to look for those and just be familiar with the escapes and stuff like that. And then everything else is just me, just making sure that I'm on point and that all my moves are on point and I'm just the best me I can be that night.
Now, a question about just in general aspect. We're seeing a lot of these things where these fighters that are dropping weight classes and fighting the champions of that weight class are happening. Now pointing out the Jose Aldo and Anthony Pettis thing. How does that react to you, being that you're fighting in this division for such a long time now, and you're seeing somebody who's never fought in the division drop down to that weight class to fight the champion?
I mean, I guess it is a little unfair, but at the same time, I'm a fan of the sport still, and I'm excited to see that fight, and I know my time will come, and I know I'm on a roll, and when I get my opportunity, I'll make it count.
Now, and just like you were asked before, like the role that you've been on, I mean, we've seen a great amount of improvement in your striking. It's the maturity in your striking has definitely shown since you've came into the UFC. With that in mind, against somebody like Dustin Poirier, who's lately shown the takedowns and everything like that. I mean, and you've been the person to actually have submissions in your game too. How do you see this fight playing out? Like, I mean, do you see yourself being able to go to the ground with him, or do you see yourself staying on that stand-up and keeping it up there?
Yeah, I'd love to, keep the fight standing, but, if it goes to the ground, if I feel, that I'm not threatened there, then I'm ready for the fight to go anywhere. I am a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and I've been training with some great black belts out in Albuquerque and in California, and I've really sharpened my game up on the ground. So, like I said, I'm ready for it to go anywhere.
Now, in your last fight against Charles Oliveira, that was pretty much like the first time that you really traveled out of the States, except for like in the beginning of your career when you fought in Tijuana, Mexico. But how is the travel thing going? I mean, having to travel, and sometimes it causes jet lag. Sometimes the fighters get symptoms. They get sick just because of the flight. I mean, is there any kind of planning you've had to do for those kind of situations?
Well, I got out here early, and I'm already adjusting well. I feel good, and I think I travel a lot during my camp, and I have to make adjustments quite a bit. So I feel like it's just another thing for me, not too big of a deal.
Cub, before we let you go, why don't you tell all of our listeners where can they follow you? Twitter, Facebook, if you have a website, so they can follow you and learn more about you.
Yeah, it's, my Twitter is at Cub Swanson. My website is cubswanson.com. You type in my name on any of the social medias, I'm pretty easy to find, it being a unique name and all. So follow me. I'm always posting good pictures, saying good stuff. So I promise it's worth it.
Cub, thank you very much. We wish you the best, and we'll be watching your fight February 16, Fuel TV 7 from London, England. So everybody watch it. It's Fuel TV 7. Thank you very much, Cub, and we'll be in touch again, hopefully after your win.
Okay, thanks for having me on, guys.
Para estar más informado, visita www.enoctagono.com.